Homeless girl returns millionaire's stolen files. Then her demand leaves him speechless. Marcus Blackwood was the epitome of a self-made man. He exuded an aura of power and success, his sharp features and steely gaze reflecting the relentless drive that had propelled him to the top of the corporate ladder. As CEO of Blackwood Industries, a multinational tech giant that had revolutionized the way people interacted with the digital world, he was a force to be reckoned with, a man who commanded respect and inspired both admiration and fear in equal measure. His life was a whirlwind of high-stakes negotiations, boardroom battles, and relentless innovation. He thrived on the thrill of the deal, the adrenaline rush of outmaneuvering his competitors, the satisfaction of seeing his vision come to fruition. He was a master strategist, a calculated risk-taker, a man who saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. His days were filled with meetings, presentations, and conference calls, his mind constantly churning with new ideas, new strategies, new ways to expand his empire. His nights were spent in exclusive clubs and lavish parties, surrounded by the elite, the movers and shakers of the business world, all vying for his attention, his approval, his investment. Despite his outward success, Marcus was a deeply lonely man. His childhood had been a stark contrast to the opulence he now inhabited. He had grown up in a rundown apartment complex, his parents more interested in their own pursuits than in raising their son. His father, a struggling musician with a penchant for gambling, was a fleeting presence, his visits sporadic and often fueled by desperation. His mother, a waitress with dreams of Hollywood stardom, was emotionally distant, her attention focused on her own aspirations rather than her son's needs. Marcus had learned to rely on no one but himself, his ambition fueled by a desire to escape the insecurity and instability of his past. He had devoured books, excelled in school, and worked tirelessly to achieve his goals. He had built his empire brick by brick, sacrificing personal relationships and emotional connections in his relentless pursuit of wealth and power, believing that success would fill the void within him. He valued control above all else, his life a carefully orchestrated symphony of calculated risks and strategic maneuvers. He had no tolerance for weakness, either in himself or in others. He saw vulnerability as a liability, a chink in the armor that could be exploited in the cutthroat world of business. He had built walls around himself, emotional barriers that kept others at bay, protecting him from the pain of rejection, the disappointment of failed connections. One rainy afternoon, as Marcus was leaving his office, his mind preoccupied with the upcoming board meeting, he was accosted by a young girl, no older than 12, her clothes ragged and damp, her face smudged with dirt, her eyes wide and pleading. She clutched a battered briefcase in her hands, her small frame trembling slightly in the cold, but her gaze unwavering. "Mr. Blackwood," she said, her voice barely a whisper, barely audible above the din of the city traffic. "I have something that belongs to you." Marcus, initially dismissive, his focus on the important meeting ahead, paused, his attention drawn to the girl's unexpected words. He recognized the briefcase. It was his, stolen from his car earlier that week. It contained sensitive company documents, confidential plans that could be devastating if they fell into the wrong hands, jeopardizing his company's future, his reputation, his carefully constructed empire. He looked at the girl, her appearance a stark contrast to the polished executives and impeccably dressed socialites he usually interacted with. He saw a flicker of defiance in her eyes, a strength that belied her circumstances, a resilience that resonated with something deep within him. He couldn't understand why she would return the briefcase, why she wouldn't simply sell the documents to the highest bidder, capitalize on her unexpected find. "How did you get this?" Marcus demanded, his voice sharp, his suspicion evident, his years of dealing with deceit and manipulation making him wary of this unexpected encounter. The girl, unfazed by his intimidating demeanor, his imposing figure, his aura of power, held up the briefcase, her small hands gripping it tightly. "I found it," she said, her voice gaining confidence, her gaze steady. "Someone threw it in a dumpster. I saw your name on it." Marcus was incredulous. This girl, this homeless waif, This child who should have been in school had stumbled upon his stolen briefcase and, instead of exploiting the situation, using it to her advantage, had sought him out to return it. It defied all his expectations, his cynical view of human nature, his belief that everyone had an angle, a hidden agenda. "Why?" he asked, his voice softer now, curiosity replacing suspicion, his intrigue growing with every passing moment. The girl shrugged, a simple gesture that spoke volumes about her innocence, her lack of guile. "It's not mine," she said simply, her voice clear and honest. "It's yours. You looked worried when you were on TV talking about it being stolen." Marcus had indeed been worried, the loss of those documents a potential threat to his company, his reputation, his carefully constructed empire. He had offered a substantial reward for their return, a desperate attempt to recover the sensitive information, but he had never expected them to be found by a homeless girl, let alone returned without any demands, any attempt to extort him. "What's your name?" he asked, a flicker of respect replacing his initial disdain, his curiosity piqued by this unexpected encounter, this anomaly in his world of calculated moves and strategic maneuvers. "Lily," she replied, her eyes meeting his for the first time, her gaze direct and unwavering, her honesty disarming. Marcus felt a strange connection to this girl, her honesty and integrity a stark contrast to the deceit and manipulation he was accustomed to in his world. He saw a spark of intelligence in her eyes, a resilience that resonated with his own experiences, a determination that mirrored his own drive. "Well, Lily," he said, his voice softening, his usual brusqueness replaced by a gentler tone. "I'm very grateful for your honesty. You've done me a great service." He reached into his wallet, pulling out a wad of cash, a habit ingrained from years of dealing with problems with money, of using his wealth to solve his problems. "This is for you as a reward." Lily looked at the money, her eyes widening, a flicker of surprise crossing her face. But then she shook her head, her refusal firm and resolute. "I don't want your money," she said, her voice clear and steady, her integrity unwavering. Marcus was taken aback. This girl, who clearly lived in poverty, whose clothes were threadbare and whose face bore the marks of hardship, was refusing a substantial sum of money. A sum that could probably change her life, at least temporarily. It was unheard of, a complete anomaly in his experience, a rejection of the very thing he had spent his life pursuing. "What do you want then?" he asked, his curiosity piqued, his interest in this enigmatic girl growing with every passing moment. Lily took a deep breath, her small frame straightening with newfound determination, her eyes shining with a resolute light. "I want a job," she said, her voice clear and resolute, her demand echoing in the spacious lobby of his corporate headquarters. "I want a chance to make something of myself." Marcus was speechless. This homeless girl who had just returned his stolen briefcase, who could have easily sold the confidential documents for a small fortune, wasn't asking for money, she wasn't asking for handouts, she was asking for an opportunity, a chance to prove herself, to earn her own way, to escape the life she had been forced to endure. Her demand left him speechless, his carefully constructed world tilting on its axis, his assumptions about human nature challenged, his perspective shifting. Marcus, still reeling from Lily's unexpected demand, his mind buzzing with questions, his curiosity piqued, invited her to his office. He wanted to understand this girl, her motivations, her aspirations. He felt a strange connection to her, her resilience and determination mirroring his own, her honesty and integrity a refreshing change from the calculated maneuvers and veiled agendas he was accustomed to. As they sat in his opulent office, the stark contrast between their worlds evident in the plush furnishings, the panoramic city views, and the expensive artwork adorning the walls, Lily shared her story, her voice hesitant at first, then gaining confidence as she recounted her experiences. She had been living on the streets for the past 2 years, ever since her mother had passed away, her world crumbling around her, her safety net gone. She had learned to survive, to scavenge for food in dumpsters and alleyways, to find shelter wherever she could, in abandoned buildings, under bridges, in the shadows of the city. But she had never given up hope, never lost sight of her dream of a better life. a life where she could be safe, where she could learn, where she could contribute, where she could make something of herself. Marcus listened intently, his initial skepticism replaced by a growing admiration for this young girl's spirit. He saw a spark of potential in her, a raw intelligence that had been honed by the harsh realities of her life, a resourcefulness that many of his privileged employees lacked. He realized that Lily, despite her circumstances, possessed qualities he valued: determination, integrity, and a refusal to be defined by her past. He also discovered that Lily had a passion for technology, a fascination with computers and coding that had been nurtured by her late mother, a former software engineer who had instilled in her daughter a love for the digital world. She had taught Lily the basics, sparking a love for the logic and creativity of programming, a passion that had become her escape from the harsh realities of her life, a world where she could create, explore, and dream. Marcus, a tech visionary himself, recognized Lily's potential. He saw a raw talent that could be nurtured, a diamond in the rough that could be polished into something extraordinary. He realized that Lily, despite her lack of formal education and her difficult circumstances, could be an asset to his company, a fresh perspective that could challenge the status quo, inject new ideas into his team of sometimes complacent developers. He made a decision, one that would not only change Lily's life but also his own, a decision that would challenge the conventions of his world, disrupt the carefully ordered hierarchy of his company. He offered her a job, an entry-level position in the company's IT department, a chance to learn and grow, to prove herself in a world that had dismissed her as just another homeless statistic, another forgotten face in the urban landscape. Marcus's decision to hire Lily sent shockwaves through Blackwood Industries, the ripples of his unconventional choice spreading through the company like wildfire. His executives were aghast, their carefully ordered world, their predictable routines, disrupted by the arrival of a homeless girl in their midst, a girl who didn't belong in their world of tailored suits, polished presentations, and corporate jargon. They questioned his judgment, his sanity, even whispering behind closed doors about his motives, speculating about his reasons for bringing this street urchin into their pristine corporate environment, their sanctuary of success and ambition. The gossip columns had a field day, their headlines screaming with incredulity, their articles painting Marcus as an eccentric benefactor, a man indulging in a charitable whim, a publicity stunt to enhance his image. They questioned Lily's qualifications, her ability to contribute to a high-powered tech company, her lack of formal education, her unconventional background. They predicted her failure, her inevitable downfall in a world she was ill-equipped to navigate, a world of cutthroat competition and ruthless ambition. But Marcus was undeterred. He saw something special in Lily, a potential that transcended her circumstances, a spark of brilliance that shone through the rough exterior. He believed in her ability to learn and grow, to contribute to his company in ways they couldn't even imagine, to bring a fresh perspective, a unique insight that his team of highly educated but sometimes complacent developers lacked. He provided Lily with a comfortable apartment, a safe haven away from the streets, a place where she could sleep without fear, where she could shower and change clothes, where she could finally feel secure. He enrolled her in night classes, giving her the opportunity to complete her education, to gain the formal qualifications she needed to advance in the company, to fulfill her potential. He assigned her a mentor, a senior IT specialist who saw Lily's potential and was eager to nurture her talent, to guide her through the complexities of the corporate world, to share his knowledge and experience. Lily thrived in her new environment. She absorbed knowledge like a sponge, her natural aptitude for technology blossoming under the guidance of her mentor, her eagerness to learn evident in her every action. She impressed her colleagues with her quick wit, her ability to grasp complex concepts, her innovative ideas that challenged the status quo, her unwavering work ethic that put many of her more privileged colleagues to shame. But the changes in Marcus's life weren't limited to the workplace. He found himself spending more time with Lily, mentoring her, guiding her, sharing his knowledge and experience, not just in the realm of technology but also in life, in navigating the challenges and complexities of the world. He discovered a paternal instinct he had never acknowledged, a desire to protect and nurture this young girl who had stumbled into his life, who had challenged his assumptions, who had awakened something deep within him. He also found himself questioning his own values, his relentless pursuit of success, his emotional detachment, the walls he had built around himself. He saw the world through Lily's eyes, her gratitude for the simple things, her appreciation for the opportunities he had provided, her joy in learning and growing. He began to realize that there was more to life than profit margins and market share, that true wealth lay in human connection, in the satisfaction of making a difference in someone's life, in the joy of giving back. He started to spend less time in boardrooms and more time with Lily, sharing meals, discussing her progress, her challenges, her dreams. He found himself opening up to her, sharing stories of his childhood, his struggles, his vulnerabilities, the insecurities he had hidden for so long. He found a comfort in her presence, a sense of connection he had never experienced before, a feeling of belonging that had eluded him in his pursuit of success. While Marcus was navigating the challenges of his unconventional mentorship and reevaluating his priorities, Lily was grappling with her own transformation, her own journey of self-discovery. She had gone from sleeping in doorways and scavenging for food to living in a comfortable apartment and working for a prestigious tech company. A world of difference, a complete upheaval of her reality. She struggled with imposter syndrome, feeling like she didn't belong in this world of suits and corporate jargon, a world where she felt like an outsider, an imposter. She worried about making mistakes, about not living up to expectations, about disappointing Marcus, about proving the naysayers. Right, the ones who whispered behind her back, who doubted her abilities, who saw her as nothing more than a charity case. But beneath the insecurity, the fear of failure, Lily was blossoming. She discovered a love for learning, her mind expanding with every class, every book, every conversation, her thirst for knowledge insatiable. She found a sense of belonging in her team, her colleagues recognizing her talent, appreciating her contributions, welcoming her into their fold. She even made friends, her social circle expanding beyond the confines of her work and studies, her loneliness replaced by a sense of community, of shared experiences, of genuine connection. She also developed a deep respect for Marcus, the man who had given her a chance, who believed in her when no one else did, who saw her potential, who nurtured her talent. She saw his vulnerability beneath his tough exterior, the loneliness masked by his success, the pain he had hidden for so long. She felt a sense of gratitude towards him, a desire to prove him right, to show him that his faith in her was not misplaced, that she was worthy of his investment, his trust. However, Lily's past wasn't easily forgotten. The streets had taught her to be wary, to trust no one, to protect herself from the harsh realities of the world. She kept her distance from Marcus, afraid of getting too close, of becoming dependent on him, of losing her independence, the self-reliance that had kept her alive. She feared that her newfound happiness was fragile, that it could be snatched away at any moment, that she could be back on the streets, alone and vulnerable. She struggled with these conflicting emotions, the gratitude and affection she felt for Marcus battling with the fear of vulnerability, the ingrained distrust of authority figures, the lingering trauma of her past. She wanted to trust him, to let him in, to allow herself to feel the warmth of his support. But the fear held her back, the fear of being hurt, of being disappointed, of losing everything she had gained. As Lily grew more confident in her role at Blackwood Industries, her skills developing, her knowledge expanding, her contributions becoming more valuable, her interactions with Marcus became more relaxed, more personal, the formality of their initial encounters replaced by a growing sense of familiarity, of mutual respect, of genuine affection. They shared lunches, no longer the awkward silences of their first meeting, but lively discussions about not just work, but also books, movies, their hopes for the future, their dreams for the world. Marcus, surprised by his own openness, his willingness to share his thoughts and feelings with this young girl, found himself sharing stories of his childhood, his struggles, his vulnerabilities, the insecurities he had hidden for so long beneath his armor of success and control. He saw in Lily a reflection of his younger self, the ambition, the determination, the desire to prove himself to the world, the hunger for knowledge, the yearning for a better life. He felt a paternal affection for her, a desire to protect her from the harsh realities he had faced, to guide her on her path to success, to ensure that she didn't have to endure the loneliness and hardship he had experienced. Lily, in turn, began to see Marcus not just as her benefactor, the man who had given her a chance, but as a mentor, a friend, even a father figure, the father she had never had, the guiding hand she had always craved. She appreciated his guidance, his support, his willingness to listen without judgment, his genuine interest in her thoughts and feelings. She began to trust him, to open up about her fears and insecurities, her hopes and dreams, the vulnerabilities she had kept hidden for so long. Their relationship evolved into a unique bond, a blend of mentorship, friendship, and familial affection, a connection that defied definition, that transcended the usual boundaries of corporate relationships. They challenged each other, pushing each other to grow, to learn, to become better versions of themselves. They supported each other, offering encouragement, guidance, and a listening ear. And they learned from each other, Marcus gaining a new perspective on life, a deeper understanding of human connection, and Lily gaining knowledge, confidence, and a sense of belonging. Marcus, the hardened businessman, the man who had always valued logic and reason above all else, learned the value of empathy and compassion, the importance of understanding others' perspectives, of seeing the world through their eyes. He learned to appreciate the struggles of those less fortunate, to recognize the resilience of the human spirit, to see the potential in everyone, regardless of their circumstances. Lily, the street-smart survivor, the girl who had learned to trust no one, learned the importance of trust and vulnerability, the power of human connection, the strength that comes from allowing oneself to be seen, to be supported, to be loved. She learned to let go of her fear, to embrace the possibility of happiness, to trust in the goodness of others. Their connection became a source of strength for both of them, a lifeline in a world that often felt cold and unforgiving. Marcus found solace in Lily's youthful optimism, her unwavering spirit, her infectious enthusiasm for life. Lily found security in Marcus's wisdom, his unwavering support, his genuine concern for her well-being. They found a rhythm in their relationship, a comfortable balance between mentorship and friendship, between professional guidance and personal connection. They shared meals, not just in the office cafeteria but also in cozy restaurants, their conversations ranging from work projects to personal anecdotes, their laughter filling the air, their bond deepening with every shared experience. They attended industry events together, Lily no longer feeling like an outsider, an imposter in the world of suits and corporate jargon, but a valued member of the team, her contributions recognized, her opinions respected. She blossomed under Marcus's guidance, her confidence growing, her voice finding its strength, her presence commanding attention. Just as Marcus and Lily were finding a comfortable rhythm in their unconventional relationship, a crisis struck, a storm brewing on the horizon that threatened to disrupt the fragile peace they had created. A rival tech company, sensing Blackwood Industries' vulnerability, its focus shifted towards internal development and social responsibility, launched a hostile takeover bid, a calculated move to seize control of Marcus's empire, to capitalize on his perceived weakness. The news sent shockwaves through the company, the threat of a hostile takeover looming over them like a dark cloud, casting a shadow of uncertainty and fear over the employees, their livelihoods, their futures. Marcus, his carefully constructed empire under attack, his legacy threatened, found himself facing the biggest challenge of his career, a battle that would test his resilience, his strategic brilliance, his very core. He worked tirelessly, his days and nights blending into an endless cycle of meetings, conference calls, and strategic planning sessions. He rallied his team, his voice resonating with determination, his eyes burning with a fierce resolve to protect his company, his employees, his life's work. Lily, witnessing the pressure Marcus was under, the weight of responsibility bearing down on him, felt a surge of protectiveness towards him, a fierce loyalty to the man who had given her a chance, who had believed in her, who had become her mentor, her friend, her family. She wanted to help, to contribute to the fight, to prove her loyalty, to show him that his investment in her was not misplaced. She remembered overhearing a conversation between two executives, their voices hushed, their faces grim, discussing a weakness in the rival company's strategy, a vulnerability that could be exploited, a chink in their armor that could turn the tide of the battle. She hesitated, unsure whether to share the information, afraid of overstepping her boundaries, of interfering in matters beyond her purview. But seeing Marcus's exhaustion, his determination to fight despite the odds, his unwavering commitment to his company and his employees, she decided to act. She approached him with the information, her voice trembling with a mix of apprehension and determination, her eyes filled with a fierce loyalty and a deep concern for his well-being. Marcus, initially surprised by Lily's intervention, her unexpected appearance in his office late at night, listened intently, his fatigue momentarily forgotten as he absorbed her words, the pieces of the puzzle falling into place. He realized that the information she had provided was crucial, a potential game-changer in the takeover battle, a key to unlocking the rival company's defenses. He looked at Lily, his eyes filled with gratitude and admiration, his heart swelling with a paternal pride he had never experienced before. He questioned her about the source of the information, ensuring its validity, his mind already racing with strategic possibilities, his weariness replaced by a renewed sense of purpose, a fighting spirit ignited by Lily's unexpected contribution. He thanked her, his voice filled with genuine gratitude, his eyes reflecting the depth of his appreciation for her loyalty, her courage, her willingness to step up, to contribute to the fight. Armed with Lily's information, her crucial insight into the rival company's strategy, Marcus launched a counteroffensive, a calculated series of moves designed to exploit their weakness, to turn the tables in the takeover battle. He rallied his team, sharing the information, inspiring them with his renewed confidence, his strategic brilliance shining through as he laid out his plan, his voice resonating with authority and determination. The business world watched in awe as Marcus, the seasoned strategist, the man who had built an empire from scratch, outmaneuvered his opponents, his every move calculated, his every decision precise, his determination unwavering. He countered their every attack, exposed their vulnerabilities, and turned their own strategies against them, his brilliance shining through in every negotiation, every press release, every public appearance. The tension was palpable, the stakes high, the future of Blackwood Industries hanging in the balance. But Marcus, fueled by Lily's information, his confidence bolstered by her loyalty, his determination strengthened by his desire to protect his company and his employees, never wavered. He fought with a ferocity that surprised even his closest advisors, his every action calculated, his every word carefully chosen, his every move designed to secure his company's future. The victory was sweet, a testament to Marcus's resilience, his strategic brilliance, his unwavering commitment to his vision. But for Marcus, the true victory lay in Lily's loyalty and courage, her willingness to step up, to contribute to the fight, to trust him with the information she had acquired. He realized that she was more than just an employee, more than just a mentee. She was a trusted confidant, a valuable ally, a member of his inner circle. He publicly acknowledged Lily's contribution, praising her intelligence, her initiative, her loyalty, her courage. He spoke of her journey, her rise from homelessness to a valued member of his team, her story a testament to the power of human potential, the importance of second chances, the transformative power of opportunity. He promoted her, giving her a position of responsibility, a chance to further develop her talents, to contribute to the company's success, to become a leader in her own right. The news of Lily's promotion, the homeless girl turned rising star, became a media sensation, her story capturing the public's imagination, her journey inspiring millions. The story of her resilience, her determination, her unexpected rise to success, resonated with people from all walks of life, her story a beacon of hope in a world often filled with despair. Lily, once an invisible figure on the streets, a forgotten face in the urban landscape, became an inspiration, a symbol of hope for those who had been marginalized and forgotten, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. She used her newfound platform to advocate for the homeless, sharing her story, raising awareness, inspiring others to believe in the possibility of change, to reach for their dreams, to never give up hope. Marcus, witnessing Lily's transformation, her growth from a timid girl clutching a stolen briefcase to a confident young woman commanding a boardroom, felt a sense of pride and fulfillment that transcended any business achievement, any financial success. He realized that his decision to hire Lily had not only changed her life, but had also enriched his own, had opened his heart, had expanded his world, had shown him the true meaning of success, of connection, of purpose. He had found a connection, a purpose beyond the pursuit of wealth and power, a purpose that filled the void within him, that gave meaning to his life, that made his success worthwhile. He had found a daughter in Lily, a family he had never had, a love that transcended blood ties, a connection that enriched his life in ways he had never imagined. The takeover battle and its aftermath marked a turning point for Marcus, a shift in perspective, a reevaluation of his priorities, a redefinition of his values. He realized that his company's success wasn't just about profit margins and market share, about outmaneuvering his competitors and expanding his empire. It was about the people who made it possible, the individuals who contributed their talents, their dedication, their passion, their unique perspectives. He began to invest more in his employees, creating a more inclusive and supportive work environment, a place where everyone felt valued, where their contributions were recognized, where their voices were heard. He implemented programs to support employee well-being, offering opportunities for personal and professional development, recognizing that his employees were not just cogs in a machine but individuals with dreams, aspirations, and families of their own. He also became more involved in philanthropic endeavors, using his wealth and influence to address social issues, particularly homelessness, the issue that had brought Lily into his life, the issue that had opened his eyes to the struggles of those less fortunate. He established a foundation to support organizations working with homeless youth, providing them with education, housing, and job training opportunities, giving them the chance to break the cycle of poverty, to build a better future for themselves. He shifted his focus from solely pursuing profit, the relentless drive that had defined his early career, to creating a positive impact on society, to using his success to make a difference in the world. He wanted his company to be known not just for its innovative products and its financial success, but also for its social responsibility, its commitment to giving back, its dedication to making the world a better place. He implemented sustainable practices, reducing his company's environmental footprint, investing in renewable energy, promoting responsible consumption. He partnered with nonprofit organizations, supporting their efforts to address social issues, from education to healthcare to environmental conservation. He used his platform to advocate for change, to raise awareness, to inspire others to join the fight for a more just and equitable world. He found a new sense of purpose in his work, a purpose that went beyond the pursuit of profit, a purpose that aligned with his newfound values, his deeper understanding of the human condition. He found satisfaction in knowing that his company was not just making money but also making a difference, that his success was not just measured in financial terms but also in the positive impact he was having on the world. Marcus, the once ruthless businessman, the man who had valued control and success above all else, had undergone a profound transformation, a journey of self-discovery that had led him to a deeper understanding of himself, his values, his purpose. He had learned the value of empathy, the importance of human connection, the satisfaction of making a difference in someone's life, the richness that came from opening his heart, from letting go of his fear, from embracing vulnerability. He had let go of his need for control, the iron grip he had maintained on his life, his company, his emotions. He had learned to trust, to delegate, to rely on others, recognizing that true strength lay in collaboration, in shared purpose, in the collective wisdom of his team. He had learned to embrace the unpredictable nature of life, the unexpected twists and turns that brought challenges and opportunities, that led to growth and transformation. He had also discovered a paternal instinct he had never acknowledged, a desire to protect and nurture, to guide and support, a yearning to connect with someone on a deeper level, to share his knowledge, his experience, his love. He had found a sense of family in his relationship with Lily, a connection that filled the void he had carried for so long, the emptiness that had haunted him despite his success. He reflected on his journey, the path that had led him from poverty and neglect to wealth and success, from loneliness and isolation to connection and belonging. He realized that his greatest achievement wasn't his company or his fortune, but the positive impact he had had on Lily's life, the opportunity he had given her to realize her potential, to break free from the cycle of poverty, to become the amazing young woman she was today. He had learned that true wealth lay not in material possessions, not in the trappings of success, but in human connection, in the satisfaction of making a difference, in the love and respect he had earned from those around him, the genuine connections he had forged, the bonds that enriched his life in ways he had never imagined. He looked at Lily, no longer the timid girl clutching a stolen briefcase, but a confident young woman, her voice strong, her eyes shining with intelligence and determination, her presence commanding respect. He saw the woman she had become, the leader she was emerging as, the impact she was having on the world, and he felt a surge of pride, a paternal affection that filled his heart with warmth and gratitude. He had found a daughter in Lily, a family he had never had, a love that transcended blood ties, a connection that enriched his life in ways he had never imagined. He had found a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, a sense of completeness that had eluded him for so long. Marcus Blackwood, the millionaire CEO, the man who had once valued control and success above all else, had been transformed by the homeless girl who returned his stolen files, the girl who had challenged his assumptions, who had opened his heart, who had shown him the true meaning of success, of connection, of purpose. He had learned that true success wasn't just about wealth and power, about climbing the corporate ladder and achieving financial goals, but about compassion, empathy, and the courage to give someone a chance, to see the potential in others, to invest in their growth, to believe in their dreams. He had discovered that vulnerability wasn't a weakness, but a strength that allowed him to connect with others on a deeper level, to build genuine relationships, to experience the full spectrum of human emotions. He had learned that human connection was more valuable than material possessions, that the bonds we forge with others are the true treasures in life. He had also learned that making a difference in someone's life, giving back to the community, using his success to create a positive impact on the world, was the greatest reward of all, a reward that filled him with a sense of purpose, a sense of fulfillment that transcended any financial gain, any material achievement. Lily's demand for a job, her simple request for an opportunity, had not only changed her life, but had also opened Marcus's eyes to a world beyond the confines of his corporate empire, a world of human connection, of social responsibility, of making a difference. It had shown him the power of human potential, the importance of second chances, the transformative power of compassion. Their story is a testament to the enduring human spirit, the power of connection, the possibility of finding family in the most unexpected places. It is a reminder that true wealth lies not in what we possess, but in who we are, in the relationships we build, in the positive impact we have on the world around us. It is a story of transformation, of redemption, of the enduring power of the human heart to connect, to heal, to grow.